You didn't catch that. She said we're hiring a support engineer.
I did.
Should I say it again? Support engineer. We need a support engineer. All right. Hello, my name is Sharon Ayalde. I think I know quite a number of you that are in the room. I'm excited to finally see a lot of you in person. And if I didn't know you or you're online joining us, I look forward to getting to know you better. First and foremost, thank you to our sponsors. A lot of you are in the room, so if you do see someone from Capital Water, Lotus, or Nexus Research or Meta, please say hi and thank you. Coffee, lunch, everything, all because of our sponsors, and obviously making sure that we all feel welcome and included and comfortable in this space. We're also indoors, so this is a great opportunity to say that if you do go outside, Harvard is doing their presidential inauguration today as well. So it's a bit crowded out there. They're in the rain. Really quickly, if you registered, which I hope you did, online, there was a checkbox for the code of conduct. If you're like most people, you probably checked it and you didn't go to the link. Here's your opportunity to read what the code of conduct was that you agreed to. It's very straightforward. Obviously, you have a lot of different people in the room. Be respectful, nice, kind, hear everyone out. Any questions or you see a problem, please do not reach out. Do not hesitate. Please reach out. Do not hesitate to let any of us know and address it. So community strategy, what does this actually mean? So the OpenDP initiative has been tasked with building a diverse, inclusive, and vibrant community. And where we are able to hear voices from all of you. Now that could be people that are privacy experts, maybe differential privacy experts specifically. You're from industry, academia, government, it doesn't matter. This is one community. And what we were hoping to achieve is to connect people, connect different expertise, working together to build and create valuable and impactful projects. How can we actually make a difference? You know, in the world, you heard from Salil talking about all the different projects, whether it's in healthcare or for census to create new policies for government. It could be about advertising, how to reach the right audiences. All of these projects mean something and they generally affect your day-to-day life. How can we get a lot of you that are in the room to work collaboratively together? We want OpenDP as an initiative to be the platform that people feel open to collaborate. So who's really in the room and online, right? This is actually a slide from a couple of years ago from the OpenDP community meeting that was virtual. So if we haven't said it enough, this is the first time we're in person. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of different folks that are privacy experts, but maybe don't know much about differential privacy. Maybe they're statisticians and they need to work and research on huge data sets. They know privacy is important, but they don't know how to go about it. Again, if maybe you're from academia or industry or government, or you're working on different policies, this is all part of this larger community. And what we'd like to hope to support is you to lean on each other. And if we can help make those connections, create those connections, find ways for you to get together and connect you together. Have you noticed I said connect a number of times, right? This is the community. We want to be able to facilitate all of you and feel comfortable and confident that you can reach out to anyone in this community. You don't need to be shy. And if you are shy, you let me know and I will connect you, okay? All right, so there's a couple different ways we want to talk about engaging with this community as a whole. So obviously there's the OpenDP community meeting. Congrats, you're here, right? So check one. A lot of you that are in the room, this might be your first time. Many of you are probably already users. Hopefully you're also contributors to the OpenDP library and the tools. And we want to continue this cadence. After this meeting ends, we want to continue the conversation. Whether it's with working groups, so obviously we have the 2 different parallel sessions today on responsible use of DP and privacy attacks and auditing. The conversation shouldn't end today. It should continue. What are other topics that are interesting to you? What are other topics that we need to talk about because there's urgency? Or there's something innovative that is coming in the future that we want to get ahead of and we want to start talking about them. So again, this OpenDP connector, connecting all of you, putting these working groups together, how can we continue the conversation? How can we continue educating people about how to engage, not just with the tool, how to work with others that are in differential privacy, how to make more impact, building a repository, hint, there's a pitch anything about this. And, you know, again, what Salil mentioned and hinted for Marco, an editorial board for the OpenDP proofs. So what we have as part of these agenda items is really opportunities. See these as opportunities to continue the conversation, to get involved, and raise your hand and say, I want to lead this, or I want to be a part of this, or I have expertise that I want to share with others. The last thing on this slide is about diversity and inclusion. We talk about diversity and inclusion probably as much as a lot of you do, right? This is a big part of a lot of corporate strategies. They say a lot about diversity and inclusion, but what is actually happening? Okay, I'm going to be the first person to say that I've led diversity initiatives in my past. They've been successful. Some of them haven't. And what I've noticed over the years is the reason why some of these diversity initiatives don't work, or working groups don't work, is because we don't have the right perspectives and we don't have the right people that are helping driving these initiatives. So not only if you are one of many people who are an underrepresented person, and this isn't only about gender, this isn't only about ethnicity, it goes across the board. How can we build representation for different people in these communities that we can be better? Okay, just in general, you have people who are studying computer science in general, and the numbers for people who identify as women that are in these courses at universities across the world is still under 20%. Those aren't even people who have graduated. I'm just talking about women alone. Now, could you imagine all of these different ethnic groups? How can we support folks to encourage them to go into this field? Because all of you are in the room, which is amazing. You're online, amazing. What about the next generation? What about people who should be interested and want to get involved in this space? We have to make sure that this is an inclusive environment for them. So we need to start somewhere, and I'm really excited to really launch this, and I would hope to lean on a lot of you to help me get this off the ground. Continuing on education and learning, so tomorrow, hinted that we do have our first hands-on tutorial at the C's building. So this is the first time we're doing the tutorial. We're also doing a hackathon, which I've heard there's a lot of competitiveness happening in the room and online. This is bragging rights, okay? More than happy for you to be competitive, but we're really hopeful that the folks that are engaging in the hackathon, you're meeting new people. You know, you're building something that can be contributed to the library itself. All of these virtual sessions and workshops that were spoken about by Annie and Salil, you know, what are some topics that we will gladly help organize? And sometimes that's all it takes. Someone to just do the grunt work, get on the ground, put up a meeting, and get the right people in the room. Because I know I email with a lot of you, I Slack with a lot of you, there's a lot of video conversations. There's nothing like getting in the room together and brainstorming. There's nothing like being in the same room sometimes and just having a side conversation. And for myself, who I'm not a technical person, I say this very often, when I hear something that someone's passionate about or they're working on or they have problems with, there are certain things that are like, you know what, I just spoke to someone that was either sharing the same thing or they already have a solution. I want to get you guys together, I want to connect. And sometimes it's these virtual sessions and workshops that help people engage together and just have a friendly conversation. So we want to encourage that. The last thing on this slide I'll probably touch upon, is the projects that we have with a couple of our different partners, and again, connecting the community. It's one of the reasons why we wanted to encourage having a Pitch Anything session, because we wanted a voice given to this community. You don't want to only hear from me, believe you don't only want to hear from me. Or even our core team. This is your community. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you're interested in, what opportunities are available, where are there resources that the rest of the community can tap into. So you're going to hear 10 of them later on today. There's a couple of different programs that we have in terms of engagement. If you want to go 2 feet in, go into the deep end, become a fellow. Right, you have Pauline who's in the room, ask her about it. Raphael will be actually online, and I think Lucas is also joining us. And this program is really for folks that are, you're already in academia, you're already in industry, and you want to dedicate some time working with the OpenDP project. Contribute, engage, and what we really hope is that you bring that knowledge back to where you come from, right? And there's a couple different funding models. We're gonna have an application open soon and decide the next round of fellows in the next couple months. If you are interested in this program, I really encourage you to please visit. It's an easy website. It's on our OpenDP website, and you just click on fellows program. Another thing that we talked about earlier was about our intern program. So we have a summer internship. We will have another one for summer 2024. And this is a 10-week program for undergraduate, postdocs or graduate students working on various projects. So it can be very OpenDP specific. It can be on a privacy tools project. We do prefer that this individual is a full-time person, in person preferably, but we do have options for part-time, remote, or even term work. So there's some flexibility there. The next summer schedule for internship is June 3rd through August 9th. If that works for your schedule, or you want to find out more information or apply, again, onto our website. So additional resources and opportunities. If you've been on the OpenDP website, you might have noticed a couple different changes. We are currently revamping it so that it makes it a little bit easier to find a couple resources, whether it's how to contribute to the library, where to get started, provide feedback. We've also been writing a lot. And so when you see a blog that's announcing the next update for the library, or meet our interns, meet our fellows, use case studies, this is where you're going to find all of these things is on our website to learn more. But we're also excited if you are keen to be featured. We'd love to collaborate with anyone that's either using OpenDP, or you have a great differential privacy story, or there's some sort of challenge that you utilize the tool set. We want to be able to share more about these use cases, because at least the way I learn is I learn by example. If I see something that someone has a challenge and they have found a solution and I have something similar, it's easy for me to then understand someone else's situation and maybe even copy paste their solution to solve my problems. So lastly, on time, all right. This is your community. So I've said this before, I'll say it again. OpenDP as an initiative, this is not it's not a company. This is literally a project of bringing people together. It's about hearing from all of you. And the really big goal of this meeting is your involvement. A little bit of time. It doesn't have to be full time. And every now and then, you just let us know what you're excited about, what you want to be involved in, what are you passionate about. Maybe there's something you want to lead. Please let us know. I am so bold. I'm putting my email address up there. This is not some random info nothing. That is my email address. Contact me, do not be shy, or even if you're shy, you could also Slack me. That is the QR code directly to our OpenDP Slack channel. More information on our website, super easy to go to. And if you don't want to only talk to me, you can talk to our entire team, which means you can email info@OpenDP. Any questions?